I will be presenting our position paper, Circularity in Energy Harvesting Computational Things. This work has been done in collaboration with Vikram Iyer, Hanju O, Gregory About, and Josiah Hester. Let me start directly with the viewpoint of this paper. EnSSys community has mainly focused on low power, battery-free operation of IoT devices. But what we are trying to press on is that that is not enough for environmental sustainability. As there is explosion of IoT devices, so is there simultaneously unchecked growth of e-waste. Even the most robust devices which we know of eventually become e-waste, and that is the fastest growing waste stream on the planet today. So the question which we want to tackle is how do we tackle this challenge as a community? As a call to action, there is an incessant need to include circularity as a system design parameter. The IoT devices need to be built with awareness about the base materials and what happens to them at the end of their life cycle. They should be recyclable, reusable, and or just decomposable once they have lived their intended use. Some recent work by my co-authors gives examples of low power wireless and intermittent systems. But I want to give some vision examples that what if these systems also included circularity. Let's take, for example, a battery-free Game Boy that is recyclable. It is built from modular PCBs where the components can be reused, recycled, or decomposed, or the plastic case, which is biodegradable. Let's take another example of dandelion-like wireless smoke sensors, which are distributed by drone in a large forest. But the problem is traditionally that at the end of their life cycle, they'll pollute the land. But what if these were built from biodegradable functional devices and substrate that after use, after some months, they'll just self-degrade into the soil itself. And finally, let's take example of FaceBit, which is a computational face mask for physiological sensing. And imagine after using it for a day or two, you can cut it and put it in a compost bin or in soil. So this is a very ambitious example because I'm also setting a goal for the community where we are thinking about, even the microcontrollers being circular in their nature, and how would you build these systems and circuits and even applications out of them. So the question is, how do you develop these computational things with fully circular life cycle? So the answer lies in rethinking the computing stack. What materials we would be using for them? How would the devices made from these materials and what would their performance be? How the circuits are possible, what circuits are possible from them, and the applications it can support. So the good thing is the energy neutral systems have already removed, which are at the circuits and systems level of the computing stack. They have already removed batteries, which is a significant reason or issue for concern with their toxic for circularity. And there is more to this than that. Traditionally, the off-the-shelf components which are used are not circular in their nature. They're not biodegradable, they're hard to recycle or reuse. The dielectric doped materials or heavy metals and the substrate packaging which are used are not easy to recycle or decompose. So we need to rethink about how our functional devices can be made circular. So to do this, there is exactly what an upcoming field in material science domain does. It's called transient electronics, where functional devices can be made biodegradable and recyclable. So we have basically, there is a push for using natural protein polymers or benign metals or conductive organic polymers instead of the heavy metals or plastics or the substrates which I mentioned before. So let me give you an example from my own research where I initially made a system which was just energy neutral, but eventually started building it into a more transient electronics, circular electronics inspired system. So this is Saturn, which is a flexible microphone based on triboelectric nano generator. And it basically, as I speak into it, it will generate voltage. It's a self-powered microphone. It will generate a voltage of approximately 1 volt. And this is made up of 2 layers. One is plastic, which is coated with copper on one side. It is a PTFE, it's a fluoropolymer, and it's actually very bad for an environment. And another is paper, which has holes, and it is made up of copper, also has copper coating. So both together, put together, result in Saturn. And I've also created Mars, which is a sub-microwatt powered backscatter tag, which is just powered by these two photodiodes, and it helps doing audio communication. But I was inspired by the need for circularity, and basically I started thinking about how can I make the Mars tag into more biodegradable or circular system. And I started with Saturn, where the plastic, which is the PTFE, is replaced by a cellulose sheet. And rather than coating it with copper, which is a heavy metal, I've coated it with iron. And the paper, which is already is biodegradable, is actually coated with is also coated with iron, so that they both put together result in a biodegradable Saturn, which can be put, in the soil, and after a few months it will just disappear itself. So idea being, like, one by one, all of these components would possibly even be converted into like whole system where we can have now audio, like we can have tags which can do audio communication, or like post-it note, like we can have, I can have a sticky note which you can use. So further moving on, so we have talked about transient electronics and energy neutral systems as being, the bottom layer and above top layer. So the next thing which I wanted to introduce is another research domain that works more at the application and user experience side, which is called sustainable interaction design. So that is traditionally comes from a field called sustainable design, where there is urban planning initiatives done for architecture or everyday objects to have low carbon footprint and waste to be generated. But this sustainable design basically inspired sustainable interaction design, where the product features were built that are basically easy to assemble. For example, the product itself would have modularity, so that can be easily be broken and upcycled. Or you can have new interaction design features in the product, which will induce these behavioral changes for the user to start adopting circularity. So now we have redefined our computing stack with transient electronics, energy neutral systems, and sustainable interaction design. But that also opens up some very interesting research challenges. So for example, like, it is a known thing in the community that the power and performance of the transient devices is not at par with traditional silicon electronics. So the question is, like, when we are at the materials and devices, how can we create these new transient devices that can perform equivalent to the state of the art? Or if we are basically, how can we tune transiency? If I have a application scenario where I want to use a device for 1 week, what materials are to be used? Or if I want to use it for 1 year or 5 years, what materials should be used for these things? The second research challenge is at circuits and systems, is where that we already have these new devices which we can use, but what kind of energy neutral circuits are possible out of these transient devices? And a very interesting one, especially for the system domain, is like, given we already probably have some degradation of performance which happens, then what are the new programmable systems, like changes or adaptive algorithms, which we can create so that we can compensate for these degradation which have happened? So let me give an example of a timer which is made up of biodegradable transistor in a face mask. So let's just say that biodegradable timer has limited frequency. So can we design algorithms and architectures to work within these constraints? Or let's just say the transistor loses its performance as the time goes by. Then if we are calculating FFTs based on the timer, so can we have an adaptive FFT window for it? Another one is basically, let's say we have dandelion wireless sensors, which consumes more power with its, from month 1 to month 3, for example. So can we have the drones which are interrogating it to sense the reading, to have adjustable height over different periods of time? So, and lastly, there are issues with product, or open research challenges with product design and applications, where the current assembly and packaging restricts circularity. So the question to our community is, like, how can we, add product features that can encourage reuse or degradation of computational objects? For example, the computational mask itself can have a hidden, message in it to be discovered? Or how can we add modularity in more in the devices or PCBs which we are creating? And finally, circularity is a grand challenge which can only be solved by collaborative efforts which are done across different research communities. And for example, the decisions taken at the material levels percolate to the applications and vice versa. And the system research community has a big responsibility of being the communicators between these two extremes. And I hope this talk can inspire you to think beyond and more deeply about circularity and beyond low power as a system design parameter. And I would thank you for listening, and I would open the floor for any questions.